We continue to track Tropical Storm Harold this morning. Became a tropical storm overnight while you were sleeping. One of the things we've seen in the Rockport and Port Aransas area and some here in Corpus Christi are power outages. And I'm stretching right now, so Omar Lopez with AEP just checking the latest on outages. Sure. If you could, what are you seeing right now? What do you advise people at home to do when they do come across an issue or power goes out? What's the first step they should take?
You know, you can report a power outage a lot of ways. You can use the app, the AEP Texas app. It's free to download. You can also call our 1-800 outage line. You can also report it online at aeptexas.com.
Okay.
What we're seeing right now is what we've been preparing for about a week now. We've been watching this disturbance pretty closely since last week, and we knew it would be a lot of rain. We also listened to weather experts. You know, a lot of people have said that there was a slim chance that it would develop into a large hurricane, but probably a tropical storm. We all saw that overnight. But for the last week, we've been lining up our resources, which includes crews, resources to respond to any kind of outage along the Texas coast. Now we saw yesterday it was a really quick shift, you know, south. So we're really looking at our customers in the Rio Grande Valley to take the brunt of this, but we're still going to see a lot of rain in Corpus Christi. So it's important to remember that rain and heavy winds can affect power lines. And so because of that, we remind everyone about three very simple safety guidelines. Just follow them. The first one is that if you're on any kind of life-saving equipment, John, just make plans for an extended power outage. That means if you have something that relies on electricity, just have a plan.
Generator, batteries.
Well, I'm talking life-saving equipment, like maybe a respirator or a ventilator, yes. Anything that's life-saving equipment for you. Just make a plan in case of a power outage. But number two, sometimes power lines fall. So we ask everyone to stay away from down power lines. If you see a power line in the street, just consider it energized and dangerous. Keep your kids away, keep your pets away. We ask you to keep your kids and pets inside during and after a storm. I think after a storm, everyone wants to go outside, but that's when I think we're most vulnerable to down power lines because our crews are just getting back on the streets.
And you have a lot of crews on standby right now.
We sure do.
In case, yeah.
We sure do. And then the third thing we ask is generator safety. Just follow the manufacturer's instructions. You know, a lot of people have generators, all different kinds. They're all different
outside,
kinds.
Not inside
exactly.
the house.
They are a helpful tool, but they can be very dangerous if they're used improperly. So just follow the manufacturer's guidelines. So we ask everyone to remember those three safety guidelines. But you know, we're watching the storm like everyone else, but we're prepared. We drill for this. We practice for this all year long. And I think this is a really good reminder to everybody that hurricane season is not over. We're going to be in hurricane season until November 1st. So AEP Texas is ready, and we're ready for any outage situation.
And I always say this is a good practice round for y'all, especially because it's not a hurricane, it's a tropical storm, still serious, but we need to monitor that. We do have some information we can put on the screen. I believe we are looking at the live outage map right now in Corpus Christi. I think I saw about 96 people in the area, give or take, with some outages.
You know, we're seeing the outages in Texas right now, mostly in the Rio Grande Valley, but we are seeing some on the outer islands, you know, Port Aransas and Padre Island. We expect to see that later as well as the rain moves through. But like I said, we have our crews on standby. We're ready to respond. And you can always reach out to aeptexas.com. Follow us on social media. Perfect. Download the app. We try to communicate as much as possible.
Omar, thank you for being in with us. I believe you're going to be joining us in the next half hour or two because we're having a special extended version of First Edition this morning.